you're handling a bill that's supposed to regulate the GMOs. And Dr. Chigundo has said they already have them in their labs. They are waiting to be introduced. Once you pass the law, well, I think you're wasting the time of the doctors here because they want to release the thing.
Now, that's a nice comment. But now, Doctor, the point I wanted to bring forward is the GMO resistance alternative, technology an absolute solution to disease, to maybe drought and so on? If I brought for you an experience that we had in South Africa, where I'm bringing maize, the GM maize was being intercropped with non-GM maize. And when we asked them, they said that is a refuge crop. In other words, for our viewers, you plant the organic crops in between the GM crops so that the pest that you're fighting should not develop resistance towards the GM. Now the question is, what if these refuge crops with which you are intercropping the GM also develop the traits by pollination and so on, the traits of the GM? What would act as the refuge crop upon which the pest would resort in order to avoid developing resistance to the GM?
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah, these are all issues of the regulation. If you read the bill proposes a committee of experts to review all issues associated with safety.
Where are these experts from?
These experts can be got from all, well, not all, but quite a wide range.
No, the bill is specific on who the experts are.
It's actually specific. And I actually have a little problem with that, because if you bring a farmer who can't even read the name of a gene, how are they going to be able to tell whether this gene is going to cause a problem or not? So you understand. I think let's take an example of the drug administration. They have a committee, but they have chemists, doctors who actually appreciate and understand the documents that have been supplied for review.
Doctor, you seem to agree with some of the people that have said that whereas the law is needed, the one that we currently have in form of a bill is not good enough to deal with the issues, and therefore we should tear it down and begin afresh.
I have not said that.
No, that's what
no. And I have not said that.
You said you have a problem.
What I have said, what I said when I started.
You said you have a problem with the
composition of the committee.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a problem.
And I think that I haven't seen the comments, the report. I thought that the report was confidential. I'm surprised some people have it. But I'm saying that there's some issues.
It was read on the floor of Parliament, so it becomes a public document. Yes.
But certainly that was the purpose of stakeholders coming to the committee of Honorable, to bring their cases. We presented our cases. Also, we did have issues of the way the bill had been drafted, and certainly we expect that some of those options and alternatives can be considered.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, unfortunately we are closing the show.
Yes, finally.
And this will also be your closing remark. Yes.
Is committed to using this technology in the safest possible way. We are committed to be regulated using the best international standards that are available, to make sure these products are even safer, as has been already documented, than currently available products.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Chigundo. Honorable Bua, there are some questions that came to you. If you can answer them very quickly and then give us your closing remarks.
Specifically on the question raised by Bridget, that with the comments and suggestions, can we get a new template or overall the entire bill? If you have read through our report, there are a number of proposed amendments we have made. Even on the question raised on the National Council of Science and Technology, as a committee, we were also convinced that the National Council is more of a promoter of the technology. So it's important for us to have an independent authority to regulate. And that is very clear in our proposed amendment. The other one is about penalties. The bill as presented by government, when you intentionally harm the environment or human beings, I think the proposal is about 5 years. But I think the committee has recommended for 10 years, such that you, the scientist handling that research, you know the resultant repercussions if you intentionally harm the environment. That is another one. The other one is about labeling. We have also recommended as one of the proposals that all products, in the event that the law passes, which are genetically modified, must be labeled such that if I am making a choice, I know this is organic, this is transgenic. So these are some of the amendments, but specifically on your question, because after meeting all stakeholders, the sponsor of the bill is the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development, because that is where science and technology falls, because we don't have a line ministry. That was exactly the question we put to the minister, because after meeting all stakeholders, we had to bring on board the minister to also brief him with what the stakeholders
Unfortunately,
highlighted.
Honorable, we're out of
Now,
time, so you will just have to make your closing remarks.
One, the minister told us that it was deliberate on the side of government to have a wide title to the bill that conforms to the policy. Why? Because the aspect of modern biotechnology, which is highly regulated as of now, is GM technology. So to him, he told us that government wanted in future, if another aspect comes in, instead of bringing a new law, you can amend the existing legislation.
Law. Okay.
Finally, on the question brought forward by my brother about homosexuality and GMO, one scientist told us that even as human beings, in fact, he said, Mr. Chairman, with due respect, we are talking about GMOs. But even you, as a human being, you are genetically modified. This was from a scientist. This is what he told us. And what he said was that it is because the gene of my mother is different from the gene of my father. But the only difference is that it is natural. So I would like to answer my brother that, you see, homosexuality is more of a natural thing, because I will look at you, get attracted to you if I'm homo, then I come for you. If you accept, I'll go for you. But this one involves insertion of a specific gene or trait, which happens, I think, artificially. The other one is natural. This is artificial. That is what I can say.
Thank you very much, Honorable Bua. Honorable Anwarach, let's just have your closing remarks, because the show has come to an end.
The whole of UK, the whole of European Union is not in support of GMs. The only time that they allowed the importation of GM was when they allowed people to import GM products, not crops, for poultry, for pigs, and so on, but not for human beings. So are we really so much ahead of them technologically?
America accepts it.
Well, that's America, but why is it that the whole of Europe as a bloc has refused?
Okay.
And then, therefore, I think we should not overhurry. Two, I would think that we really need the law to ensure biosafety, and so that we are not fought by, what you call biological warfare. But then the spirit of the law should be to ban anything GM.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Anwarach. Finally, Dr. Olupot. I was going to call you Honorable. Dr. Olupot.
Thank you, Gabriel. First of all, you are not genetically modified, because you got a gene from your mother and your father. There's nothing like a physiological or reproductive barrier. That is natural. Yes. The technology is artificial. The impression being created is that it is just a gene that is inserted. The common method used is vectors. So the gene is not coming alone, but it's coming with the entire genome of the vector. So the concern, while they are trying to solve less than 1% of the problem, they're actually opening you to more than 99% of the unknowns. So what we need is to have this law, this bill dismantled, a new committee of independent people is put in place to redraft it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Olupot. Would like to say thank you to our 4 panelists, but also to our studio audience for watching our parliament. You at home, thank you very much for watching. This parliament is your parliament. Therefore, this discussion should continue with your MP. Find out from your MP if they are actually pushing your views in Parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today's show. Until next time, keep watching our Parliament. I'm your host, Iguma Gabriel.